Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I'm up this morning with some Halloweening, and as I said yesterday, I have used the foxes. Well, it's one fox and you get to turn them into male or female. I've done both. We are using this one which turns your house spooky, and all of these dies can be seen in yesterday's haul and you can see them complete. So the piece that I took from here is the spooky sentiment and the witch's hat. That's what I took from that set. And then this other set that can be used in the tiered tray. Elements from this can also be used in the tiered tray, but from this one I've taken a little ghost and the witch's broom. And then I've used the spider web, and if I give it a shake, these are borders and the candy corn, and of course you can see the whole die in yesterday's video. So it's the spider's web and the candy corn. So that's what, that's 1, 2, 4 of the die sets from yesterday that I'm using. Right, now I have already cut my base, so I'm going with pink and 2 shades of orange and black and white, and this print comes from a free screensaver that you get online. So all I did was I saved it to my screen because I thought it was cute, and then I also printed it. So that is the background for my creation. Now first up, bits that I've completed so far is I did a little boy fox, and from that set that I showed you I took the little ghost and I popped it onto his t-shirt, and I'm hoping that we're going to get some clarity. There you go. I absolutely love these. And then I did his ears in purple. He's got his little cream, this is a cream, it's not a white, that I've done for the face and the tip of the tail. And there he's got his little shoes and just a little bit of white gel pen. So he's my first character. My second character, and the bit that I've done to her, because I used the little dress, and at the moment she's hanging on to the witch's broom, and I've cut her in a very kind of pale lilac-y purple, and she's got her little shoes on there as well, bless her. So I've gone that far. I have completed the candy corn border, so I'm picking up those colours there, and I do want that at the bottom on my card base. So, you know, rather than them walking on the yellow brick roads, they're going to be walking on candy corn. But what I also want to do is I want to be able to fit that within here and without chopping a piece of candy corn in half. So I will kind of, I can see where I need to go, and I'm going to get my scissors all ready, and I'm just going to manipulate that piece. So I've just quite literally chopped that off. That is now going to fit down there, and I hope you can see that. I mean, a little bit like that, you might be able to, you know, I don't know, tuck it in somewhere or do something with it. The witch's hat from that set that I spoke about, there it is, already made up. Really simple, 3 little tiny pieces, and that is going to go onto my little foxy girl's head. So you can see these are Halloweened up, and I do urge you to look at these on Panalisa's page because they're very, what's the word I'm looking for? Baby cutie pretty, which shows you just how much, you know, detail you can add to them to change them, because these can wear a Santa hat and a little Christmas pattern paper dress, you know, Easter, you can do anything with them. Right, the next thing that I've got is my cobwebs, and you do have to excuse my throat because it keeps going in and out. And really what I want to do is I want to kind of like do exactly what I did with the candy corn, and I don't want to lose any elements, so I'm likely to take this piece here. So I'm going to sacrifice that and pop that there. So I've still got whole cobwebs, but this little piece here I could actually put that onto her dress because I didn't glue all her arms down. So I think I will do that, and I think I'm going to reserve a bit for him as well. So I don't want to waste my spider web, so I'm just going to trim it out. He can have the little bit, and she can have the big bit. So you can see we're getting even more Halloweeny. And if I don't like that there, then you know, I could add it onto this, which is my little spooky sentiment. Isn't that great? Absolutely love that. This is meant to go on the house, but you know, when you've got a die, you can do whatever you want. I think I might actually stick that just coming up behind there. I think that would be a nice little detail. So I think I'm going to do that there. So I'm going to pop that one there. Right, so first of all, what I want to do is I want to glue these bits down. So I've just got my glue here. You do have a lovely solid base, and one of the things you can do with dies like this is glue the layer piece, which is orange, and the base, which is orange, and then go ahead and cut your different colours, leave them in the die, put the glue within those orange spaces there for each of the colours every time you cut a different colour, and then just poke them straight out into the aperture, and it's really, really quick, rather than, you know, piecing dot 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 dot. Right, so we've got our little candy corn road. I'm gonna put some here on my spider web. I think probably the best place to go is the centres to begin with. And I don't mind things, you know, that kind of stick up in the air. I will tell you that on my foxes, I'm going to chop their heads off in a minute, and I'm going to show you why. Which might sound horrific, but they'll be okay. Right, so now I want my cobwebs up here. I'm going to go there with those. I'm just going to pause a second while I hold them. Right, those are down, and the next thing that I want to do is I want to glue my little, and I think I'm going to use this candy corn rather than waste it and kind of like wonder how that's going to end up, kind of thing, because of course I've got that bit chopped off, and I wonder, maybe I'll think about that one and I'll just go with my spider web. So I just need to put a tiny dot of glue on there, and I don't know yet whether that's going up on foam. I don't think it is. I think I might just stick that down flat actually. And so I'm going to have my cobweb coming out of my spooky just like that. Just an extra little bit of detail. I'm going to put that over to the side to dry, because the next thing that I need to do is chop their heads off. Yeah, I know. So here goes. I'm just going to follow the curve of the fluffy bit on their faces. That's what I'm going to call it. There you go. My fox is now headless, bless him. So he's going to go down there, and I'm going to pop his head there. I'm not going to stick her hat on yet, and I'm going to try and pick her up. Oh, I've got to remember to put a cobweb on her dress, and I'm going to go around there, and I've now chopped her head off. So there she is, and while he's headless over there, I'm going to get this cobweb and just stick it down onto the corner of her dress. Kind of touching those pieces so that, oops, because I don't want too much on there. How's everybody today? I hope you're all doing well. My weather is extremely hot, although, you know, we're getting rain here and there, so can't really complain. And what I want to do is lift her hand out of the way. There we go. So I can stick that down. There, she's got a little cobweb print on her dress now, which I think is rather sweet. I mean, you could go one step further. There are spiders in this set, and you could pop a little spider in there if you wanted to. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these down, and I am going to glue these down flat. So I just need to look at the space that I've got between them, remembering that their heads are quite large, and I'm thinking, because I want them kind of even, maybe in a little bit closer. Right, so I'm going to be brave now and stick him down. So I'm going to say there. There we go. There's my little headless foxes. And we're going to do the same to the lady, and it's nice to see how dies look from behind. Not for the recipient, of course, but it's just nice from a construction perspective. And then I want her kind of roughly the same. So there they are, bless them, with their little headless bodies. Now I want to stick her hat on next, and I want her to be, you know, a little bit lopsided, and I think covering one ear rather than just plonk straight into the middle of her head. Now I did cut all my nails off because I've been rummaging in the compost again, so she's going to go like that. So she's got a little hat on at a jaunty little angle. And while that's drying, I'm going to do my sentiment, which I think I'm going to put that on foam. Yeah, I am. So I'm going to find some Dollar Tree foam that I've got here. And I'm just going to go right off to the end. Make sure there's nothing peeking through. And I'm going to trim that off. I just think these foxy characters are absolutely wonderful. Now I've got a little bit sticking out. I notice things like that, so I have to take that out. So just go digging with your scissors and remove it. I'll have a look. That's it. That's better. Right, so their heads are there. Then we're going to peel the back off. And I want this quite close up to the top. And I hope that I'm getting it straight and in the middle. So I've got my spooky there, and I hope I wasn't all blurred. Let's get some clarity. Ooh, I think we might be having some more rain. There we go. So we've got another little cobweb coming off the corner. I think that's really sweet. Now they are headless, but not for much longer, because we've got our wobblies, haven't we? Yeah, if you saw me share these a couple of weeks ago, I'm sure everybody ran off and bought them because they are so cheap. So cheap. So cheap we can have 2 wobbles on 1 card. And I will link these below for anyone that hasn't got them, because they're such great fun. Now then, this is the bit here that will go to your character, and this is the bit that goes down on your card. So I'm going to do my character head first, because the most important thing is that you can't really see any of the mechanism sticking out, and I've got dried glue on his chin. So if I flip that over, I'm just going to put that down there. Now you can see I've pieced the ears in using little bits of tape. So if you flip that over, it's actually the tape that's holding those in. Oh, I'm just constantly fighting with my camera. There we go. So I'm going to slowly turn him so you can see how his ears are held in place there, just with some adhesive tape. And there's our little shaky bit. And I'm going to peel him off. And now that bit is now nice and sticky. So we just need to position the head where we cut it. So we're going to have it there. So now he's swinging, bless him. I love that. Ooh. Just give it a good boing. And now we're going to do the girly one. And I'm just peeling the back off this one. My husband bought me an avocado tree. So I was babying that this weekend. Yeah, I was kind of like, you know, potting it all up and making it look nice and using loads of compost, loads of food. And now I'm going to peel the back off this one, just catch the edges. And they do come off really easy, especially if you've got nails. And then we need to position this one, because she's got her hat on at a jaunty angle. And we're going to go there. Oh, isn't that great? So now we've got our fabulously wobbly foxes, and they totally can be for Halloween. I just love that. She also comes with a little bow that I actually forgot to put on her dress, but I suppose I could have put the bow in the middle of there and put a little purple gemstone or something. But aren't they awesome? I think an adult or a kid is going to absolutely love that. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be up with more Halloween from Panalisa tomorrow. Have a fabulous day. As usual, all links below. Bye.